Again, I'm Master Deputy State Fire Marshal Oliver Alkire, O-L-I-V-E-R, Alkire, A-L-K-I-R-E, and I'm also the spokesman for the State Fire Marshal's Office. Just to follow up on what happened earlier this morning, so unfortunately and tragically, our crews did actually locate the deceased victim inside. The deceased victim is who we believe is the homeowner. He has to be transported to the office of this chief medical examiner, and both confirmation for the cause of death and his identity has to be confirmed by the medical examiner's office. However, we have reason to believe that it is the 73-year-old male that was actually living in the house that was for sale. Again, we also want to extend our thoughts and condolences to the BGE contracted worker that was here earlier today. Where does this investigation stand? As of right now, the Office of State Fire Marshal is working hand in hand with the ATF along with BGE to go through all the debris field. We're slowly excavating that field. We're eventually have to determine the origin and cause. So we're going to continue to we're going to continue to investigate and go through all that debris and work with BGE to determine an origin and cause on that. There was a total of 12 families displaced, and there's currently, the neighborhood is a reunification center at the Emerton Elementary. Is there any specific questions I can help you with?
Are you looking for anyone else?
No, as of right now, there's no reason to believe that there was anybody inside the home. So as of right now, our operation is coming to a close. We will be continuing to remain on scene. However, the investigation will focus with BGE.
So it's 2 people dead, 2 people injured?
Only 2 people dead, 2 people deceased, and 1 injured. And that was the neighbor to the left, the house to the left.
What is the extent of their injuries, the one that was injured?
It was just bruises, cuttings. They actually refused treatment.
And the homeowner was inside the home at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, yeah, so he was actually home. From my understanding and from the information that we received, he was actually preparing to actually list his home for sale today. He was actually prepared to meet with the realtor today and to list that home. I will say that he is wheelchair bound, so we did actually locate him within the debris field.
Now, several people said that there were reports of smells of gas starting as early as last night. Have you been able to confirm that?
Yeah, so we have had the public say to us after the event that they have actually reported that they were smelling gas. However, there has been no official reports of any gas coming from this area. That no one actually called 911, no one called BGE, so it's only been isolated to this residence.
Can you clarify the timeline a little bit? So this morning there were reports of the smell of gas. Contractors arrived first, then fire units were dispatched shortly thereafter. The calls switched over to the explosion.
Yeah, so just to give you kind of a timeline how this operated. So as of last night, BGE received information that there was actually some type of electrical event actually occurred here. They contacted their personnel, they contacted their linemen that come out and actually do the do some type of examination. They determined that they would come out this morning and actually do what they needed to do. In that time period, Harford County Public Works actually comes out and marks the ground. That Public Works person actually reported smelling the gas. 911 call was made, there was a little bit of a time lapse there. So in that time lapse, the contracted BGE employees arrive on the scene. At that point, the Harford County Public Works guy drives away, knowing that the 911 call was made for the gas leak. So in that short period of time, from the time that they actually arrived on scene to the time of the gas leak, that's when the explosion occurred.
Do we have any idea where the origin of the gas was, or what actually something must have sparked to ignite an explosion?
Yeah, that's still under investigation. So that's one of the things we're looking at. Did it start on the outside of the house? Did it start on the interior side of the house? That's why we're working hand in hand with BGE to try to determine that. That's why ATF here. We've been doing various testing throughout the day, and so they're kind of just narrowing that down to try to see actually where the leak actually occurred.
But you can confirm there was a gas leak?
That's correct. I can confirm there was a gas leak. However, we're supposed to remain under investigation if it was on the interior of the house or on the exterior.
What's going to look like around here for the next, I would assume, hours? What are we going to be seeing? Or is it still going to be as active as it is right now?
Yeah, so it's going to be an extended operation. However, we are going to remain on the scene. We will have personnel here on the scene. As you can see behind me, the security fencing is starting to go up. That's just to secure the scene both for us and BGE. So we will remain on the scene throughout the night. We'll at least have one investigator here, and we will return in in the morning if necessary. Anything else, guys?
Has the next of kin been notified? The homeowner's next of kin?
Yes, the next of kin of the homeowner has been notified. And again, unfortunately and sadly, we believe it is to be the 73-year-old victim inside that house.
Not releasing his name.
We're not. That actually has to officially come from the medical examiner's office. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.